So you're overwhelmed, you're running out of time for the things that matter most. In an attempt to live well, most of us get too busy to actually live well. But imagine if you could do all the things that really matter while having this calm confidence and still room to spare. The reality is you can. It's kind of like packing a suitcase. If you start with all the socks and shirts and small stuff, it fills up very quickly, and then it's hard to fit in the big things like shoes. But if you start with those shoes and the bigger things first, then you can fit all the small stuff around it and everything fits in. It's the same with your calendar. By putting the most important things first, it all fits. And then there's actually room to spare. See, we think our calendars are the problems, but actually it's the solution. And if you're thinking, yeah, I've tried this stuff before, it didn't work, I promise you this approach is actually gonna work. The problem is we tend to do it the opposite way and start with all the things that are screaming at us, responding to emails, notifications. So the answer to overwhelm is calendar blocking. Sexy, right? The calendar is not your enemy. It's not attacking you with all these things to do. It's actually your friend. But only if you use it right, with these core calendar blocks and a few strategies to stick to the blocks. When you do that, I can promise your time will be much more efficient, you'll make better decisions, and you'll enjoy the weekends more. So let's talk about how to do it. There's 3 main steps. Organize your time, analyze your time, and protect your time. Step 1, organize. If you can't seem to get ahead, it's likely because you're just reacting and letting everyone else be the boss of your calendar. You want to start fresh and design the time the way you need it. Even if you don't have full control of your schedule, it still works. The 4 foundational blocks are weekly planning, deep work, daily prep, and recurring tasks and meetings. First up, weekly planning. This is your most important meeting of the week, so you're gonna wanna keep it sacred. It's planning your week ahead, but it's also deciding what's the most important thing to work on. So during this 1-hour meeting with yourself or with your team, you capture wins and learnings from the week before, you decide your main thing, that priority for next week, and you set a deep work block, which is the 1 to 2 hour block where you accomplish that main thing. Set yourself up well here by picking a time and a place that you're least likely to be interrupted. Don't open your inbox, turn off notifications, let people know you're unavailable. If you set yourself up for success, you'll find that you accomplish more in your deep work block than you do the whole rest of the week. Next up, daily prep. This is a short block each morning to get set for the day. And instead of feeling frazzled and rushed all day, it helps you feel rooted and prepared and focused. Then you use your meeting time well during the day and avoid so much rework. And finally, recurring tasks and meetings. This is anything else like team meetings or one-on-ones, personal appointments, anything that benefits from batching it together so you can kind of get in the flow and stay in the flow until it's done. So let's get tactical with it here. Feel free to make it your own, but what I personally do is I put weekly planning on Friday morning. I find this allows me to rest easy on the weekend and hit the ground running Monday. And that's when I have my deep work block. When most people are planning their weeks, you can actually be finishing the most important stuff for the week. I actually do daily prep on my drive to work, so I have it on my calendar every Tuesday through Friday morning. Then recurring meetings and tasks are scheduled later in the day. And for me, that's because it's the best time for me to meet with other people. Obviously, not everyone has the same control over their schedule that I or others have as a business owner, but you'd be surprised what's possible. You're probably currently operating with this assumption that it's not possible. We get into some specific strategies in the mini course, but work is more malleable than you think. And sometimes it just takes setting a new expectation or having a conversation with the other people involved. So now that you have a sense of your ideal time blocks, take stock of your current reality. That way you can compare and see the gap between ideal and reality. So just do this. Look at the past 2 weeks on your calendar and do an audit. Group things into categories of the types of activities and work that took up your time, and then count those hours and see how much time you spent in each category. Then you can notice what you want to do more of and what are problems that you need to change. This looks different for everybody, but what I want for you is to start taking charge of your own calendar. Otherwise, you'll always be stuck in this difficult cycle. For everyone I've coached, more has been possible than they realized. And I've been through it too. I used to get walked over by everyone else's agenda. And now I actually feel confident owning my time in a way that's still kind and generous, but places my priorities first. The final step is protect your time. Calendar blocking only works if you do the blocks. When I started calendar blocking, I would just ignore my own blocks. So I had to learn to protect them. And here's a few proven strategies. Together but separate. This is just schedule your blocks with someone else so you're on the hook to show up and to do the thing. Try a new spot. Go to a specific physical location for each block, maybe a favorite coffee shop or even a part of the house. All requests go through an owner. If you have some type of admin or virtual assistant, AI scheduling, everything goes through them, like everything. Move, don't cancel. If you have to move a block for something urgent, that's fine. But put the block somewhere else in the week instead of canceling it thinking, oh, it's no big deal. You add up all those ignores and it is a big deal. For me, I went from things like major back problems, feeling panicked every morning, to now I'm actually excited Monday mornings because I know where my focus is and I have space to breathe. Now things like I don't say yes to everyone. I don't pack my calendars full. I don't actually put urgent things over important things or try to do it all myself. I don't even use an alarm clock anymore. It's created so much more enjoyment in my work, but also that productivity and health in my life. So let me ask, what would happen if you became the CEO of your own calendar? Now that you know what to do, it's time to actually do it. It's too easy to just watch a video like this, get excited, and then get busy with other things. So I'm going to challenge you to make a change. That way you aren't just sitting around a month from now still feeling stuck and overwhelmed. If you're feeling motivated, let's make it happen right now. Seriously, pull out your calendar right now, schedule 30 minutes to build those calendar blocks. And if you want help implementing it, click the link, see the ways that Greenhouse can help you get organized. We have a few different levels. We have resources like a low-cost mini course that'll help you walk through step by step, all the way to one-on-one coaching with a Greenhouse coach. So check that out, but either way, don't let this stop at inspiration. I dare you to take action and start growing the life that you want.